Okay, picture this. You've got a village that was just completely devastated by massive floods. Water is literally everywhere. But the real terror isn't the natural disaster itself. It's what that water is hiding in the dark. Welcome to our explainer on the terror of Kuldhara. Today we're unraveling this deeply chilling supernatural nightmare piece by piece, trying to understand exactly how a quiet little farming village turned into a hunting ground for something totally unimaginable.
So Kuldhara had barely survived this massive, destructive flood just a month prior. All the ponds, the lakes, the fields, they're all absolutely brimming with water. Yet suddenly people are drowning. Like every 2 or 3 days, someone drowns. But here is the really terrifying catch. They were entirely bypassing all the other bodies of water. You've got to ask yourself, why were they only drowning in one specific pond? And not just any pond, mind you, the pond right next to the Shamshan, the local cremation ground. Yeah. Creepy, right?
4. That is the number of people who drowned in that exact spot in the span of just 2 weeks. Now, for a tiny farming community, that isn't just a string of bad luck. That's a highly sinister, completely unprecedented anomaly. Imagine the village elders sitting under the old banyan tree in the evening discussing this. The atmosphere must have been just thick with absolute dread. I mean, why only that pot? What on earth was pulling them under in the dark?
Well, everything came to a head during Kuldhara's Night of Terror. It all escalated on one single fateful night. It started in the evening with that tense panchayat meeting. Then nightfall brought the sudden arrival of a stranger. By midnight, that stranger takes a fatal walk. And finally, the witching hour, where a truly dark ritual is uncovered.
Section 1. The Outsider and the Warning.
Enter Bhairav. He is a lawyer from the neighboring village of Antla, and he rolls into town on a mission to reclaim 8 bighas of land for his client, Shiv Shankar Pandey. But Bhairav has a fatal flaw. He's the son of a wrestler, incredibly arrogant, and totally dismissive of the supernatural. The elders actually refuse him lodging, but say, hey, you can stay at this abandoned house with a very severe warning to avoid the cremation ground pond. Bhairav literally scoffs at them. He boasts that he'll just slap any ghost that comes near him. He completely ignores the warning, and, well, that arrogance leads him straight into a trap.
So put yourself in his shoes for a second. It is pitch black. Bhairav is walking completely alone deep into the night. The dirt path takes him right past those towering, shadowy palm trees that flank the cremation ground. Now, he doesn't believe in ghosts, but suddenly, his heart starts pounding. The air just drops to an ice-cold temperature. A master shadow blocks his path. What exactly was waiting for him in the shadows of the Shamshan?
A massive, headless demon. Right out of the total darkness, this monstrous figure emerges. It literally has no head, but its chest is burning with these glowing, blood-red eyes. Remember Bhairav, the arrogant wrestler's son who promised to fight off ghosts? Yeah, he's frozen like a stone in pure terror. Before he can even get a scream out, a giant hand grabs his neck and violently drags him toward the cremation ground, while this ancient, guttural voice from the dark chants, bring him to me."
Section 2. The Cult of Immortality.
See, this wasn't just some random, run-of-the-mill haunting. It was Amrit Pokhar, the Pond of Immortality. Those 4 drowning victims from the past 2 weeks, their deaths weren't accidents. They were intentional, calculated murders. The pond was essentially being turned into a dark ritual site. The life force of the drowned victims was being systematically bound to the water itself. Think of it like they were building a supernatural battery, but one powered entirely by human souls.
So the villagers track him down, and when they quietly peer through the bushes, they see Bhairav tied securely to a wooden stake facing a roaring fire. Standing right over him is an Aghori, a practitioner of the absolute darkest, most forbidden magic. The Aghori looks down at the terrified lawyer and snarls, "Without sacrificing you, my dark practice will not be complete." And then the monstrous, headless demon actually raises a massive sword, getting ready to sever Bhairav's neck.
But hold on, because here is the most shocking revelation of the entire night. Stepping into that bloody firelight is none other than Hari Narayan Kaka. Yes, the highly respected village elder. The exact same guy who literally just hours earlier was publicly and casually dismissing the drownings as mere accidents. His public face was this comforting, wise neighbor. But his hidden truth? He was a murderous cultist, willingly sacrificing his own people out of pure, sickening greed.
The plan was absolutely diabolical. Hari Narayan secretly partnered with the Dark Aghori so they could control the headless demon at the cremation ground.
Together, they sacrificed innocent villagers just to bind their trapped souls to the pond. And why? They were waiting for Amavasya, the pitch-black night of the new moon. On that night, Hari Narayan planned to bathe in the Amrit Pokar to achieve physical immortality. He literally looks right at the tied-up Bhairav and says he refuses to die by the rules of nature. He wants to be immortal.
Section 3. The Fiery Climax. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Master Ramcharan bursts from the bushes and hurls a burning torch directly at the demon's chest. Now, because the demon's body is effectively a rotting corpse, it catches fire and erupts into flames instantly. And in that agonizing fire, the spiritual binding actually breaks. The demon turns on the Agori, violently attacking its own dark master. So in the absolute chaos of this burning monster and the screaming cultists, Ramcharan rushes in and slashes Bhairav free.
You'd think that's the end of it, right? But the terror isn't over. Bhairav is freed, and he is completely enraged. He grabs the treacherous elder Hari Narayan, ready to kill him right then and there. But Gajanan Kaka screams this desperate warning from the sidelines. Do not kill him. The spirits will not get salvation. See, the souls of the drowned victims were still tethered to the magic. Killing the architect of the ritual in cold blood right at that moment could trap those souls as wandering demons in Kuldhara forever.
But Bhairav, fueled by sheer trauma and pure vengeance, completely ignores the lore. Actually, he ignores the warning entirely. With a massive surge of adrenaline, he overpowers the old man and hurls the screaming Hari Narayan directly into the heart of a blazing funeral pyre. The flames just consume the elder instantly. It was described as a scream that simply dissolved into smoke. A totally brutal, terrifying end for a man who literally tried to murder his way out of death.
So, the village of Kuldhara survived that horrifying night, and the villagers swore a sacred oath to never, ever step foot near the cremation ground after dark again. Hari Narayan burned to ashes. But because the ritual was violently interrupted against the elder's warnings, you have to wonder, what happens to the cursed souls still trapped in that dark water? Are they truly at peace now, or is the pond of immortality simply waiting in the darkness for its next victim? Definitely something to think about the next time you find yourself standing near a quiet, dark body of water at night. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, and as always,